Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the Vortex Razor Gen 3 1 to 10 first focal plane LPVO or scope. I'll be going over why I picked it, the unboxing, and just some details on it and a little bit of insight if you're looking into this scope. So they go for about $3,500, but you can get them for about $2,500 is what I've seen. Most likely, I got this off Euro Optic because I got a aim.point T2 with it, and I got a little bit of a deal on the aim.point T2, so that's why I got it from there instead of somewhere else like Primary Arms or whatnot, some other specs on it. So we open up here, there's a few magnets here that keep the box shut. So we have the product manual here and the reticle manual. So this is the MRAD reticle. I went with the MRAD for some reasons I'll get into later, but this is the MRAD. Comes with a Vortex sticker, past inspection. This little foam piece right here. You have what is called your sunshade. It threads right in to the end of the scope. It helps with, it's pretty self-explanatory. It helps with sun and glare and, light rays or whatever. But threads right in the end. I'd say it's about 2 inches, maybe a little longer. Over here, we have your throw lever that comes with it, which is pretty nice. Kind of battled back and forth between this because if you're, you can position it in different areas, but if you want to stay at a certain magnification and you're carrying it on a sling, and most of the time it's going to be kind of towards your body or on the left of the rifle scope, this can get bumped or throw it to a different magnification. So if you wanted to stay on a certain magnification, this might kind of be negative for you, but they are nice, and I'm glad it comes with one. So that's pretty cool. Just put that right there. Comes with a lens cloth, same one as the lens cloth I did the review on for the Vortex Rangefinder 4000. Comes with 2 CR2032s batteries and some type of tool. Not sure what that's for yet, but it's a hex bit with a flathead and then some different type of things on the side. So sorry for the glare. Then we have the scope itself that just popped off, but some super cheap little scope caps. They're pretty much useless because they just pop off. But I guess if you wanted to transport it, they might stay on a little better. But this is the Vortex Razor. Extremely nice LPVO. I'd say it's probably one of the top that I looked into, if not the best. Let's say for 1 to 10s. Even, I'd say from 1 to 6 to 1 to 10, this is probably the one I thought was the best overall. It is a 10 power up to 10 power magnification, so that's really nice. This thing is just really sweet. I'll see if I can get a kind of a, let's see if I can. So that's your reticle there, and I'm probably at least 2 to 3 inches from the camera. Let's see. So that's your reticle, at least 2 inches from the camera. But this is where you would attach your throw lever to, and here is your brightness setting. So with the brightness settings, that would be where your battery goes, I believe. I haven't put it in yet, but with your brightness settings, it has 11 settings, but there's an off in between each one, which is really nice. So if you're don't want to leave it on, because obviously the battery life on these things isn't great, but if you don't want to leave it on, you can just turn it one before or one after the desired setting you want, and then flip it right to it. So that's really nice. And that was one of the reasons I got this one, is because of how bright the red dot is in the daytime. So that's a big plus. And this actually has a pretty good battery life compared to others, but I haven't been able to find the hours on it, so that's pretty annoying. But I'll get into kind of why I chose this optic. So I'm building I have built a 14.5, and that's what I'm putting it on. 14.5 inch AR15 5.56, and wanted something I could reach out and also have good target identification. So identification is a big thing, especially if you're making, if you're having to make shot decisions or just figure out what's going on, what a person has and whatnot. So that's why I ended up going with a 10 power instead of a 6 power, because the 6 might be plenty for you. I'd say with a 6 power, you could do everything you can with a 10, but if you have that few extra magnification, it helps you reach out farther. Also, if you wanted to switch and put this on a different gun, you could, maybe a longer gun or something, you could always do that since you have the the more magnification. So I was looking at the Sig Tango 1:6, but ended up going with this because I wanted that extra magnification for range and target identification. But that was just one of the things. Like I said before, this is very bright for an LPVO on the red dot, and it's actually a solid red dot instead of some other ones where it's like a like the EOTech Voodoo. That's like an actual EOTech red dot, and it's pretty hard to see during the day. The middle dot is pretty hard to see during the day. The scope around it is fine, which I don't really have a use for the scope around it, but just stuff like that. I know the ATACR, the Night Force ATACR, and the Sig Tango and the Voodoo are all pretty high up there, but I ended up going with this based on the specs and the reviews and what I saw. But red dot was one of them. Magnification was another. And then I'll get into some of the specs here. So this is a 34 millimeter tube. It has on 1 power, it has a 116-foot field of view, which is really wide. I'd say anything over 100 is, or if you're looking into an LPVO, I wouldn't go under 100, but 116 is really good. And at 10 power, it's 11.7 feet of field of view. You have an eye relief of 3.6 inches. Like I said, this thing is, you can really be far away from it and still get a good picture, which is nice for the eye relief. And it comes in at 21.5 ounces. So it is a bit heavier, but if you were looking at the 1:6 option on this, they're actually the same exact weight. So if you were looking at that, you might as well go with the 1:10 and get that extra magnification. I think magnification is a huge deal. But yeah, so for mounting options, I was looking into Scalarworks makes a really great lightweight self-leveling mount, which is really nice. But I'm actually going to go with the Badger Ordnance because of the mounting option of the Endpoint Micro T2. I'm really big on the Micro T2. So if you might have seen in some other videos, that's my main optic I run, and I'll be running that offset for the reason of cheek weld, consistency of cheek weld is the main thing. But I mean, that's a whole different thing to get into when you're talking offset or on top of your LPVO. So, but the Badger Ordnance Condition 1 mount is what I've been waiting on, but it's out of stock for forever. So if you are looking into them, I would just kind of compare the stats. But I looked into this for a really long time, and people just won't give you a strict answer. Now, I haven't used all of them. I'd say the top are the Vortex Razor, the EOTech Voodoo 1:10, Sig Tango T6 or 60, whatever it is, which the Army just adopted as their rifle scope, and then the Night Force ATACR. Now, I know Grand Thumb likes the ATACR a lot, so that might mean something to you, but just from all the reviews and the time I spent and the long times I spent looking into it, this was what I came up with, and a lot of people felt the same way. But you might ask, why did I choose first focal plane? And the reason for that is I don't want to be stuck at my zero be stuck at, say whatever, 10 magnification or 6 magnification. I don't want it to be stuck there. I want to be able to use it no matter what at any magnification, which at a second focal plane, if you zero it at 6 magnification, then your zero is only good for 6 magnification. But with a first focal plane, your zero is good at any magnification for whichever magnification you zero it at. So I really wanted to be able to use this at any magnification with just throwing this this turn knob right here. Just throw that, be good to go, not having to do any calculations or anything beyond that for second focal plane. In case, I am mounting a red dot on the side, but in case that fails, I still have this option to run it at whatever, and that's important to me. So I went with the first focal plane. Why did I go with MRAD? A lot of people, most people, military, competition shooters, other countries use MRAD and the metric system. Now, I don't know why in the world the U.S. Does stupid stuff like going off the imperial system and other things like that. It's pretty ridiculous. The metric system is easier, and I think the MRAD system is better. More people use it, and I'll explain why I think it's a little easier for dialing. So when you're dialing, you have to dial a lot less than you would have to with the MOA scope. So I might only have to dial 3 clicks, but if I have an MOA scope, I might be dialing 9 or something like that. And if you have to dial a lot for big numbers, you could be dialing 20 for MOA or something like that. So MOA does have a finer adjustment for dialing and zeroing, but I don't think it's that big of a difference to where you can notice. I mean, competition shooters, majority use MRAD, so I don't think you'd be able to notice it that much, but most people are using MRAD, and a lot of people from MOA are switching to MRAD now. I'm used to the imperial system, the yards and feet and inches and all that, so it will take a little bit of time to jump that learning curve and be used to the metric system. But I mean, getting into LPVOs, you're gonna have to be learning new things anyway, so it just makes most sense, especially if you're running a team or other people like that who are shooting and they're telling you in meters, but you have to do conversion and stuff. It doesn't help. So most people are using MRAD, but if you want to go with MOA, that's completely fine. I mean, I see the world in feet and inches, so it might make more sense for you depending on what you do. If you're just running by yourself and don't plan on really shooting with anybody else or anything like that, then yeah, MOA would be completely fine to use. But if you're having to dial a lot for quick shots, then MRAD is faster at dialing. So that's kind of important if you're having to dial really quickly, or if there's a lot of threats and you have to dial or something. It might be a little easier or save you some seconds when you can just do half or a quarter of the dialing. So that's all I'm going to get into right now. If you guys have any questions or want me to cover anything else on this, just let me know. Comment down below. If you guys could like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. Like I said in my other videos, I'm putting out a lot of new content on stuff I'm buying. I'll be most likely putting out a video after I'm done with this, or the mounting process. The mounting process is pretty tedious, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video on the mounting process or not. It would probably be pretty long, especially this being my first scope that I'm mounting. So we'll see there, but I've been doing a lot of other content videos on other things I'm buying. So if you guys want to see anything specific, just let me know, and I'll do my best to get it out there for you. So I hope you guys are having a good rest of your day, and I hope this could help you make a little bit better of a decision. So